Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Dan and Northernlion Play Hearthstone Badly. Ryan, what's going on?
How's it going, man? It's good. How's it going with you?
It's good, it's good. Hey, always some of your intros are like anti-question, self-answering prophecies.
What do you mean by that?
Like you'll say, "How's it going?" and then immediately follow it up. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just something I noticed.
Dan, you're making me self-conscious, man.
She's so self-conscious.
Got
All
no
right,
idea what she's doing in college, yeah.
That major that she majored don't make no.
Murray.
All right. So we're gonna jump into this. I'm going with an anti-class, so like a class that I haven't played yet. Are you doing the same?
Well, okay, I'm playing as a class we've played before, but it's a class I've played before in the Tavern Brawl, so I think that should count.
Okay. There's no set rules. Just the only rule is no net decks, and we got a side pot for loot hoarder, right?
And the deck that I'm playing right now has 0 loot hoarders.
No, what?
It's like I'm spotting you like you got to cover the spread in this game.
Why?
There's nothing you could cut to put a loot hoarder in this.
That's not the way it works. You cut the loot hoarder's the #1 draft pick off the board. It's
you
the
can't
LeBron.
build
It's the
every
Jordan
deck around a loot hoarder, though.
You couldn't just like slide one in.
I'd rather have 0 than have 1.
Hey, so someone, I don't know if it was on the Reddit or if someone tweeted us, but someone tweeted us a link to the guy who has the loot hoarder voice. Did you see that?
I did not see that, no. Oh, no.
So apparently he's like in some Screamo band.
Really? Yes. Now that's a surprise.
And then someone said, and this is just defamation of character. Someone said, it must have been on the Reddit. Someone said that he's not that nice of a guy.
What? Oh, well, we can't spread that without knowing for certain.
Well, how would we know for certain?
No! Okay, no, disregard. That was fine.
What was that noise?
That was me going, no! It's the sound hypothetically if my kayak overturned.
Don't even. Won't you make light of that situation?
I'm sorry.
No, you can make light of it.
Okay.
Do you think
it's a bold move, Dan. The coin totem is a bold first turn. I want you to know before we get started, this deck, not net decked at all. I saw this card right here, and I thought, man, it'd be cool to like theme a deck around that. If you could get that out of control, you could have some crazy turns. I played it in casual last night. Probably, I won like 5 games, lost 7, so I'm actually pretty proud of it, because everyone in casual is just running bullshit net decks anyway. But,
Trog Beast Rager.
correct.
Okay. Well, let me say, so you actually play casual.
Yes. I play ranked. I used to play ranked, I guess, like, slightly more than casually. I'd like to get to rank 5, because you get nice rewards there. But now I just get to rank 15, like, within the first few days of the season, and then I play casual for everything else.
Why'd you get, like, what do you get at 15?
At 15, you get a golden rare and some other, like, miscellaneous rewards. And at, oh, this is a tough choice here. At 5, you get a golden epic, which is actually, like,
whoa,
genuinely, that's a lot of dust. Sorry, was something funny? Did I say something that amuses you?
I like how you thinking, like, you don't think, like, oh, that's a sweet card, man. That's a lot of dust.
Well, a lot of dust can make a sweet card, man. But then it gets to get to rank 15. I'll give you some, like, perspective. This month, I never lost to get from rank 21 to rank 15 because I was running the, like, worst deck, the most annoying deck in the meta, which is Pirate Warrior. But usually it takes, like, maybe an hour or 2. To get to rank 5 takes me, like, 40 hours. So, in terms of, like, cost value, it's a pretty easy decision.
Wait, what do you mean you didn't lose one time?
I won, like, maybe 9 or 10 in a row. The deck
because
is just
like a BS net deck?
Well, yeah, the deck's just disgusting. Alright, Dan,
so,
this is the theme of this deck. Is
okay.
that all these cards, like, buff other cards in my hand when they die or when they come out. So then you get something like this. Normally, it's a 4-mana 2/4 that deals damage equal to its attack when it comes out. But now it's a 4-mana 6/8.
Wait, don't kill their brothers. Don't kill their brothers. They're brothers.
How are they brothers?
They would look the same.
What are you talking about? My guy's like a freaking armored, like, worm dragon or something.
No, the brother next to your brother.
Oh, I see. They're both trogs.
Yeah. But anyways, so this is the problem I have believing you.
Oh, here we go.
I don't want to say believing, because that's not even true.
Yeah.
And when we talk in Skype about like net decks and stuff, you're up on the game. Like you know what's going on. So is there a net deck influence on some of the decks you play here?
There is a net deck influence, I would say, yeah. The influence is like, well, like for Kazakus, I knew Kazakus was good, so I was like, hey, let's build Kazakus. Let's build like a weird Kazakus. The word is now meaningless to me, by the way, but...
What, Kazakus is meaningless?
Yeah, Kazakus is meaningless to me now that I've said it so many times. But this one, straight up, if this exists as an archetype, I've never seen it. I saw this card, Rat Pack, in the spoilers, and I was like, oh, that would be really cool if you could get like a just ridiculous Rat Pack. Most of the time, though, like net decks just crap on it, but sometimes, like turn 3, you put out like a 6/6 Rat Pack. When you kill it, it summons 6/1/1 rats, and people are like, I just concede.
Well, what do you mean you saw in the spoilers? You're using the Rat Pack against me. That was one of my originals. The
Rat Pack is one of your originals?
Yeah, I think it was in the first deck we played, because we talked about Sammy Davis Jr. for like half a second.
So that's exhausting all I know about Sammy Davis Jr., basically, so that seems correct.
What do we want to do here? Let's give him a little chocolate dropper. You know what chocolate dropper is?
I have no idea what chocolate dropper is.
Chocolate dropper is you know how there's like Lonely Island and those type of rappers like Andy Milonakis, like those type of guys? Chocolate dropper is Kevin Hart's alias.
Oh, okay.
After this I'm gonna send you a link of Kevin Hart on Sway in the Morning, kind of the birth of Chocolate Dropper, and it's really good. Because you wouldn't think he's good at rapping, but he's actually pretty funny.
Why wouldn't I think that he's good at rapping, man?
Because he's a comedian.
You know, that's true. Good
I wouldn't
answer.
think you're good at rapping.
Oh, that's just offensive, though.
But you're kind of a comedian.
I guess in some ways, yeah.
When your third grade teacher kicked you out for holding Denmark.
I like that these stories are now coming to light. It's
Well, I just like that that's still in your psyche. I mean, that must
well,
have been...
it burned me up, man.
It was intellectually scarring. You knew the answer, but someone said keep it in. Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
You know what's almost as good as Loot Hoarder?
What? Oh, that's pretty good. Is that a LaCroix?
It is? Did you get that picture I tweeted you?
I don't think I did.
Oh, I was at the grocery store, not on a Sunday, by the way. Just a little insight. Nice job, by the way.
Thank you, thank you. I mean, I wanted the game to go longer, but I got roasted so hard in episode 1 for missing an obvious lethal. People were like, I don't even know if I could watch this anymore.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. From the first time we sat down to record to now, I've seen a change in your competitive spirit. I'm just gonna say that.
Well, when you go down 2-0, something's gotta change, you know?
Yeah, I wouldn't expect any less.
You don't want to get swept.
No. So I was at the grocery store, and I walked down, the water / I think it's mixed drinks or like powdered drinks aisle.
Sure, yeah, drink mixes.
And I guess I never realized how many flavors of LaCroix there are, and all of a sudden, I got happy and then kind of sad for you.
You should.
I mean, it was like you walk in the line and you're at like a lunch cafeteria and you get slop or rice. That's your option. And where I have like an accoutrement of taste from across the world.
Can I just say that in that choice, I would definitely take the rice.
Really?
You would take the slop?
Maybe.
What is slop?
There's more nutritional value. Slop is what they feed pigs. It's like a mixture of like cut
apple
up
cores and
yeah. Don't you think the apple core would add some taste to like the liquid?
Yeah, a certain je ne sais quoi. Well, so you're making like an apple stock, you know?
What is translation on je ne sais quoi?
Je ne sais quoi is I don't know what.
Do you speak French?
Un petit peu. So no.
Did you learn French in grade school?
Yeah, in elementary, middle, and high school, I had to take French. Like, it was a mandatory class. So I've actually taken French classes in school for 10 years of my life.
So you're talking like first grade, or you're talking kindergarten?
From first grade until, I took it until 10th grade.
Wow, so you should be fluent.
Should be and are two different things, though, in this situation.
Wait, so do you bend the knee?
I don't even know what that means.
Do you bend the knee to the French royal family?
To French Canada?
Yeah.
We don't have a French royal family. I don't understand what this guy's saying to me.
Well, isn't there on some Canadian street signs there's a crown and you have to bend the knee?
You don't have to bend the knee. I don't even know what this means. Dan's off in his own world again.
No, I'm serious. Like, don't you establish or recognize some royalty in the world?
Well, the Queen of England is technically the Queen of Canada.
What do you mean by technically? It sounds like you don't bend the knee.
We don't bend the knee. We have our own government. We remain standing at all times. Look, I'm pointing this death ray at you, and I'm gonna figure out how to fire it. Probably this button right here is something. Maybe just click on. How do you fire this thing? Oh, the lever. The lever, of course. Oh, you just got fucking zapped, buddy.
You just got zapped.
You just zapped me?
Yeah.
You can't zap me. I zapped you.
Wait, what the hell is a lever?
What do you call it? A lever?
A lever. There used to be a soap called Lever 2000.
Used to be?
That? Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't exist anymore?
I haven't seen it in the stores. Maybe they shipped all their old product to Canada.
You know?
Hold on. Hold on. Brace yourself.
Oh, here we go.
There's only one in this deck.
It's pretty good. I can't deny it.
When you see the guy's face that voices this, you would never match them up. It looks like Moby mixed with the head guy from Slipknot.
What does he have, like spikes on his head?
I don't know. He just has a goatee. I couldn't think of anyone with a long goatee.
He just has a spike on his... Or he just has a goatee. Ooh. I don't know how I feel about that card. First things first, I gotta give you the death rattle. You gotta roll need.
Thank you, thank you.
It was honestly my pleasure. And then...
Hey, so before we started, you said you had to pour coffee?
Yeah.
So are you, like, Keurigging it up, or what are you doing?
No, actually, so I have a cold brew coffee making kit, which is basically just 2 containers. One you put coffee grinds and water in, and then after it's done brewing, you pour that into a glass container, and then that makes the base for cold brew coffee. So if you ever go to Starbucks and you're like, hey, I'll take a cold brew, they take a little bit of that stuff, and then like 2/3 water, and they make you basically a mixed drink like that. That's a cold brew coffee.
I don't understand. So you have like a coffee pot that's in your refrigerator?
Did you just call it a refrigerator? Is that a Michigonian thing?
What are you trying to say?
You don't call it a refrigerator or a fridge?
What did I say?
You said refrigerator. I've never
noticed.
I've never heard of that.
Well, I've never heard of someone who brews coffee in their refrigerator.
You've never heard of cold brew coffee? I guess, to be fair, it's cold in Michigan, like, or at least part of the year, it's cold.
But I still don't understand the process. So what's the difference between doing that and brewing it and putting it over ice?
It's a great question. I'm glad you asked. The difference is that cold brew coffee is ready immediately. It doesn't have to be brewed, thus saving you some time, and it's immediately cold. If you just brew some hot coffee and pour it over ice, you're just gonna melt the ice and have like lukewarm coffee.
But so it's like, I still don't understand the process.
I've noticed.
So you brew coffee cold?
Well, you just put water and grinded coffee into a container in a certain ratio, and then you wait like 12 to 24 hours.
And it dissolves completely?
dissolve, then you run it through a filter. Like there's a little stopper at the bottom you pull out. The coffee runs over a filter so the grounds don't get into the actual glass container. And then did I say something funny?
I just thought of a euphemism or an analogy. You ever hear the analogy? And this people are gonna take this the wrong way. Stick your finger in a. You ever heard that?
To like plug up like a flood.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've heard that.
But that's what I'm picturing you doing. So you pull your finger out.
No, there's a stopper. There's a rubber stopper.
And so then it brews, it comes out, and the grinds stay in the thing that's above it.
Yeah, and then you just wash that later. But then, like, you have concentrate. You don't want to just drink that because it's super strong. So you dilute it with water, and it basically makes like a cold black coffee.
Okay, so the stuff that comes out isn't the realest. It's like super.
It's too real.
Have you ever tried?
I one time, depending on the Starbucks you go to, sometimes they don't exactly know what they're doing. Like the Starbucks at the airport one time, I was like, I'll take a cold brew iced coffee. And they gave me a full like grande cup of concentrate. And when you drink it, it's like poison. It's actually poisonous. It's terrible.
Okay, so you got this. So the pot that stays in your refrigerator, is it the one that's jammed
Sorry,
up? Or
what?
The pot that stays in your cooling appliance.
Right,
is it
yeah.
Is it the first things first, I'm the realist, or is it the diluted kind?
Is it the first things? It is the first things first, I'm the realist.
Okay, got it. Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah,
so
right,
then, but for you to prepare your coffee, you pour some of the realist in, and then you dilute it?
Yes, that's correct. You got it.
It's not diluted and ready to go.
Also correct, yes.
Seems like a little bit of an unnecessary step.
Well, okay. Otherwise, every morning you could, put a coffee filter into your coffee maker and then pour ground coffee into that and then pour water into the back of it, push the button, wait for it to be done, pour it into a coffee mug and then wait for it to cool down to the point where you can drink it, but not so cool that it becomes unpalatable.
Wait, so are you fully on, like you only drink cold brew now?
I only drink cold brew at home.
Really?
It's the easiest to consume, and instead of spending like 5 minutes a day making coffee, oh, that was a really smart play, Dan. That was a very strong play.
Thanks. I've been playing 5 minutes a day for 3 summers.
Because that
I actually learned that from you.
That pack rat. Hear that? This annoys me so much. Rat pack is a sentence, like it's an expression. Pack rat is also an expression. I never get it right. Is it rat pack or pack rat? You know what I'm talking about.
That's rat pack.
I know,
but think Sammy D.
I know, but is it? Yes.
Have you ever known a pack rat?
Like a hoarder.
I mean, if you want to go down that road,
use the.
Ooh.
Okay, well this thing's got to go, and this thing's got to go.
Looks like we're at the bottom of the barrel here.
Yeah, we're in top decking mode. I mean, not really, not like medical hoarders, but definitely, like I'd go to my grandma's house when I was younger, and she'd be like, "Check it out, we got like these horrible board games from the '70s." I'm like, "Grandma, you gotta get rid of this stuff. It's making it hard to walk around it here."
Like, what would some of the board games be?
Well, there's like a comedian from like the 60s or 70s called Flip Williams. And Flip Williams came out with like a line of weird board games, and she had them all. She must have been a big Flip Williams fan.
Would I know Flip Williams from anything?
I don't think I would even know Flip Williams, honestly.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, Dan.
Do you remember any of the titles of the Flip Williams?
I do not. To pull the veil back completely.
Can you still see the game boxes in your psyche somewhere?
I can see Flip Williams' face on the front of the game box, but I can't see anything else.
Can you describe Flip Williams to someone that's never seen him before?
No.
Why?
I'm gonna be honest. I can't remember if Flip Williams is a Caucasian man or an African American man.
All right. Fair enough. You got to guess what the name of my deck was called.
Allow me to have one moment of feeling good about my deck. There's the deck list
The
on.
past 15 minutes were feeling good. I'm just wiping me.
There's the deck list if you want to make it yourself. I don't know. You could probably fit a loot hoarder in there. Maybe get rid of like Explorer's Hat or something. Just like you learned Devolve from me, I learned Explorer's Hat from you, man. In that first episode, watching you cycle this freaking hat out over and over and over, I was like, I gotta try that out for myself.
It's good. It's good.
I don't know if it is, but it might be. It's
It
fun.
worked for you that time.
It did. And when you spend 2 mana, you put it on a pack rat, trade up, and then you get 1 more rat out of it, and it comes back to your hand. That's pretty solid.
That was good. I feel like this was the most lopsided victory.
Well, I did last night after I built this. I took it online and let's see if it's garbage. I did that with the first 2 decks I played against you, and they got shat on. But I was like, whatever, let's do it.
Wait. So you tested this deck to see if it was garbage. What does that say about my performance?
I would say you're admirably not running a shaman net deck, which you easily could because that class is super annoying right now.
Really?
Yeah, shaman, at least before this expansion came out, shaman was 60% of the ladder.
I never knew that.
It's like that 1/3 minion you play that gets +1 with overload.
Yeah.
Is that, and then the 3/4 that comes at 2 mana 3/4 with overload buffs that, and then you play the 1 mana 1/3 weapon that gets +2 damage whenever you have a spell totem, and it's it's over.
Game over.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I didn't even get to the theme of my deck, which would have tipped you off the name of my deck.
Okay, well, let's see. Was it all class cards? It was only shaman cards?
Yeah, except for,
Oh, loot hoarder, of course.
Yeah, except for that. So, all right, I'll give you the theme, but you have to come up with the name of my deck.
Oh, that's not possible without being inside of your head. But sure, let's do it.
There's an outside chance. All right, so the theme was over the top Wind Fury.
Okay. Over
So
the
just
top.
overwhelm me with Wind Fury.
Well, the fact that you lampshaded over the top means there's got to be some kind of Sylvester Stallone arm wrestling kind of name thrown in there. And then you highlighted Wind Fury as well, but I don't know what the fuck. What is a Wind Fury for Dan? A furious wind is like a tornado, so I'm gonna say that this is the Stallone tornado.
That's pretty close, but not really. I'll give you one hint.
Okay.
What do you feel
Yeah.
in a tornado or against Wind Fury? So wind, how do you feel?
You'd feel afraid.
Physically, what do you feel?
I don't know. A breeze.
Ooh.
Okay. What do you say is they'll jack you for your breezies or something like that? Sometimes you say phrases like that make no sense to me.
Pretty close. All right. This one was a line that you may recognize. Why is life always so breezy?
Okay.
She's in the mirror dancing so sleazy.
Is that Flashing Lights?
Yes, there you go.
That's one of my all-time favorite Kanye West songs.
Really?
It's got atmosphere and tone. And
what does that mean?
It's got it's let me try to think of this. You know when you walk into a room with rich mahogany and a fireplace and lush carpet or lush rugs and stuff like that, you're ooh, this room's got atmosphere. I want to spend my time in this room. That's what that song is for me. It's you can live in that song because the production is so warm.
So when you hear that song, what is the environment painted to? What kind of pictures?
Well, now it's a buxom lady in lingerie beating Kanye West to death with a shovel because of the music video. But prior to that,
speaking of, do you see he got out?
He got out of the hospital.
Yeah.
That's good news.
And he has blonde hair.
He has blonde hair?
Yeah, you want to know what's even better news than him getting out of the hospital?
What's that?
You know what he did the entire time when he was in the hospital?
5 beats a day for 3 summers.
He did.
Of course. He's a workaholic, man.
I'm very excited about that. Just like I'm excited about the next time we do an episode.
Great segue.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, clicking the like button helps out a great deal. And as always, thanks to Ryan for hopping on and
Of course.
squatting up. And we'll see you guys next time.
Later.
Later.